Hey guys, today I'm gonna delve into Shadowgate, point and click fantasy adventure. Back in the day, I remember to play this many years ago. The classic version. You can play this on the classic or normal update, the updated version. Let's see if I remember all the things, where the items are, where to go. I remember some stuff, but let's see if I can go there. So let's start anew. Choose your experience, normal, classic. For players with new to first-person adventure does not require deep knowledge of the Shadowgate universe. For players familiar with Shadowgate and first-person adventure games in general. Let's go with normal.
A hero's journey? A great quest? Certainly it shall be these things. But for you, young Jer Cuthager, soldier of Windermere, could it not be so much more? In dreams, I have come to you, beseeching, entreating. Ride south, boy. Take naught but a dirk, a torch, courage. Ride south from Rivelin, around the southern arm, through the Waven Fair Wood, past Myrithsath, beyond the citadel of Murlak Tor, and the spires of Gimdane, and the darkness of Tarketh's Pass. There you shall find my stone in wait. Under the shade of the mountain range, none have entered, either on foot, on mount, on wing. Gatekeeper, the oldest of spires, it harbors that which has been spoken of in whispers and ascribed to legend. Shadowgate, the living castle. But all is not as it should be. One of our own is now our great bane, a blight upon us. He has brought the ancient keep low, and it now lies fallow. It is there that you will find me, Blackmere of the Circle of 12. It is there that you will find this great quest. It is there that you will find yourself.
So here we go. With Blackmere words echoing about your head, you stumble a bit across the world ceases its launching. You stand before the Gatekeeper Mountain, an ornate door framed by a series of skulls is fashioned into the rock wall. So, this is your text. Everything you need to learn and see, it's here. Here we have menu. Save often, because you will die if you don't run this game. Here's your character. You look upon yourself with apprehension, not knowing whether you fully prepare for this strange adventure. As you see here, you have use thyself, or you can use items on yourself. We have a torch here that we cannot get to run out, because you will die when it runs out. You have your bag with items, we have a sword and nothing else. We have archives, outfits, spells. And this is the map. As you progress, the scenery in which you are will be all highlighted in blue, and all the other chambers will be there. So, in terms of commands, you can use F2, and it will highlight all the things you can interact with. Some things are important, some things doesn't even matter just to interact. So you can see here First of all, let's grab this. You nearly dropped the skull when it begins to speak. How about time, boy? You have no idea how long I've been here. You can call me Yorick. I have no recollection of how I got here, but I do know plenty about this castle. If you need help on this quest of yours, just speak to me and I'll give you a hint. So, if you click on Yorick, you see you can hit him. Don't know why. Or speak to Yorick and he will give you hints if you have hints about what you need to do or something in the rooms you are. So we have a key here. Let's grab it. If you look here, this is highlighted. Let's use a sword to get these bushes out of the way. Using the dirk, you softly hack through the thick roots. This is a helmet. Let's grab it. You take the helm. Go to outfit and see. The rusty helm looks like armor from a bygone era. You can equip it here, but I don't think you'll need it for now. So now we have a door. Iron bands bind a rough hew wooden planks that compromise this door. The door is locked. Sorry about my English, but I'm not English. So sometimes it's difficult for me. So let's use key on the door. You turn the key, unlocking the door. After a moment, you toss the key aside. Every key you use will be tossed aside. Okay, so use it. That's it. No more confusion on your inventory. Let's open it. The door opens with an eerie crack, and let's go in.
Lakmir was a fool to send a child to do that which even the vaunted Circle of 12 could not. Contain my growing power. Come if you wish. It makes little difference. Seal your fate within this living castle of the dead.
The apparition fades, leaving a trail of cold air behind. Okay, let's see what we can interact. So we have torches. Grab them. There's an achievement to light up all the torches, but I'm not going to do that. So we have here Silver Hatch is made of a strange stone set securely within a mortar base. Some enchantment is still lit up. Perhaps a magic spell would open the hatch, so you cannot interact with that. Strange pattern unlike anything you have seen before. It's carved into the solid iron door. The door is locked. And an ancient wooden lever protrudes oh shit, from an iron plate set in the floor. Let's open this. With a skill of protest, the lever begins to move. A few moments later, the stone slides away from the wall, revealing an opening that holds a key. Let's take the key. As always, use key on door. Struggle with both hands to turn the key. The stubborn lock. A satisfying click echoes through the chambers as you toss the key aside. Let's open the door and let's go inside. So here you have all the things you can interact. Grab torch. Here you have a corpse. Let's open it. You pat down the corpse. Your rough handling produces a piece of parchment and a scroll, which you put in your sack. Go to archives. Let's read this first. You read the hastily scroll writing on the parchment. Since it's only means to capture and control the elements, you must hide the silver ore beyond the waters of the sewer. This is a reference to an orb that can capture elements. We need that orb. Open this, read. You read the message scrolled in the page. Brown, I have your dog. If you wish to see the flying ace again, then bring the 3 pumpkins to the place beyond the harvest door. But be wary, for only one outfitted in the mask of Hollow Eve can gain entrance. There you must carve my visage and eliminate the sacrifice in the field of Jack-o'-lantern. Then I will be freed from all. and cordially DB. This is reference to a side quest regarding Halloween, where you have to grab some pumpkins. Light it up. Okay, so now we have a scroll here. Let's open it. You don't need to grab all the scrolls, only the most important. So just, if you want, just open it and don't get too many scrolls on your inventory. You read the message scroll into scroll. Fandral, dismissive itself, utmost important. We must coordinate our efforts. Seek my uplift in the Acolyte Den below the sewers. I fear the worst is upon us, but I have plans in motion that may yet avert disaster. It is signed with the name Larkmere, mage that is guiding us. And here we have a book. Do not take him. Open it. If you take the book, you will die. Something shifts under your feet as you open the book. You will take the book, you fall to the floor. You scan the ancient manuscript, noting most of the language is unintelligible. Oh shit. However, one particular word stands out from the rest. Invocan. In your mind's eye, you see a glyph glowing with power and quickly write down the strange marking in your spellbook. You have learned a spell. It's a spell of invocation. So if you can see here, this is highlighted and this is highlighted. Let's break this. You pound on a stone with your fist. Your pain is immediately rewarded with the rock fractures and crumbles, revealing an opening. We loot the corpse, so we don't go there first. Let's go in here. We have some things to do. Series and winter doors encircle this small hallway. It looks as if battle may have been fought here long ago. There's a sack on the floor. Let's open it. Rummage to the sack and find a scroll. You put this on your satchel while discarding the sack. Let's see what you got. Let's open this scroll and read it. While the writing is difficult to discern, you manage to glean a few phrases. The danger is real, alerting to surrounding lands. Seal off the passage into the Gatekeeper Mountains. The wax seal shows an eagle and a flight and is signed by someone named Fandral. Here we have the spells. The translation of these spells leaves is Invocan. Your mind glimpses some spectral person at the edge of your consciousness. Okay. So now you have 3 doors. Let's go left first. Feet shattering. You stand within the cold cellar, hugging yourself for warmth. A creature made of ice hovers plaintively at the far side of the room. So this is an ice elemental. Remember that orb? You can capture that with an orb. So let's take the torches. And here we have an ice with a scroll. So let's use torch on ice. We bring the lit torch close to the ice. It takes a few moments, but eventually the ice melts down, revealing a scroll hidden in it. Let's open the scroll. You unroll the scroll, careful not to rip it, and read it. As you scan the scroll, a particular word almost seems to jump out. Agap. In your mind, you see a glyph glowing with power and quickly write down a strange mark in your spellbook. Before the scroll crumbles in your hand, you realize that you will learn a spell. Let's go see the spell. The spell glyph translates to the word Agap. Agap. Yeah. You sense a huge weight, like a stone, opening itself to some mysterious beyond. So it's an opening spell. Now we have a door here. Let's open and let's go. Okay, the smells of brimstone rises within this chamber as a pair of glowing eyes watch your every move from opening for me. So now we have a dragon here. There's something here. There's gold, skeletons, a hammer, a helm, and a shield. If you go to the shield, equip it. Okay? Because after you equip it, the dragon will strike. But we are not here for the shield, we are here for the hammer. So, take hammer, drop the hammer in your satchel. The dragon notices, moves his paws, weight, and begins gathering a breath. So this is the hint that you need to get out of here. There's a helm here, but you don't need it. So let's backtrack. You manage to rush from a room before the dragon can release a blast of fire. So you survive. Go. Okay, and let's open the door on the right. Go through. With a grunt, you push the door. Within a large cavern, you find yourself on the shore of a placid underground lake. See a skeleton here. It's hard to tell from this distance, but you think you see a skeleton chained to a rock. Perhaps you need to get a closer look. Somehow. So we need to find some way to get to there. Chamber here. Let's go in. Magnificent waterfall cascade from the mouth of an ancient stone statue, painstakingly carved into the cavern wall. Below it, an undulating mass of water moves playfully over the river. So we have this, and we have a water element hovering before you as an entity made of entirely of water and mist. The liquid elemental continually forms and performs its hypnotic way. You've heard of a magical orb that can capture creatures like this. That's a reference to the orb that you saw on the scroll. What's this? This marking looks like a dwarven craftsman's stamp. Okay, so nothing we can do here. As you can see, nothing we can do here. Let's go forth to this door. With stone lumps lining the walls of this musty crypt, there's an ancient, almost reverent air to this place. So now we have torches, we cannot grab them. We have this. Figure carved on the lid of this tomb has a mischievous, fair look to it. It is holding one upside down torch, so it's a puzzle here. And we have these puzzles here. You can see. You can interact with the tombs. Let's look. Bas relief carved on the tomb is of an ancient figure brandishing a sword. I remember this is the place where you get the sword. This gets the shield. I don't know. But we need to open. And when you open the tomb, a horrific creature is released, letting out a piercing cry that cuts into your very being. It's a banshee, harbinger of death and disease. You feel a momentary stabbing pain before the spectre winks out of existence. So now you are cursed. If you don't cure this curse, it will kill you. There is a way to cure the curse, but it's not at our grasp yet. Here's a pumpkin. Let's grab it. As you grasp the large orange thing, it becomes painful. Okay, that is a pumpkin. Your vision clears as all passes. Whoa, that was intense. So the pumpkin is for our side quest regarding Halloween. Now we have this corpse here. Let's use the torch. Burn the mummy. The ancient wrapping quickly go up and flame. So yeah, if I remember, this is where you get the sword. Let's open up this. We can open up the rest because there's no more benches. Let's use the torch. The ancient wrapping could go up in flames as the mummy burns into a mask. A mask falls to the ground. See? Our visage of this wooden mask resembles the witch of a children's stray. So this we grab because it's part of the side quest for the Halloween team. Let's open this. On the corpse. Corpses are so dry that they're almost disintegrated in the flames. As it burns, the scroll tumbles on the floor, having escaped the fire. Let's open the scroll and read it. Drawing a 6 rectangular shapes are drawn in the parchment. Several lines point to the shapes with writing underneath. You read 2 of the location. This mirror reads through the furnace into the castle beyond. And this mirror requires power to activate. You will teleport to places true across the castle the maze. So this is a reference to mirrors that can teleport you someplace. Open this. Burn the corpse. There's a sack. Let's open the sack. Rummage through the thick burlap, finding a scroll and 2 gears. You take this while discarding the sack. Let's see, items. This large gear has a series of rune and glyphs inscribed on it. Have a scroll, open it, let's read it. The handwritten scroll is faded and difficult to read, but you can make out one passage. When Majal Thale lights, northern skies and alignment are in harmony, then shall you take the circle runes of water and fire, the all-seeing eye, and place them with the great eagle that sits on the 1-3. So this is the reference to runes, and the runes we need to get through something. Outfit we have here, spells. Okay, now to move forward, do this. You yank the torch, pulling it downwards. You hear a mechanism release and then a rumbling beneath you. Jump back as the tomb in the center of the room slowly moves across the floor, revealing a stairway leading down. So, let's take it. This is the mirror room they talked about. This room reminds you of an elven fun house at the King's Auto Fair. You remember taking your sister, hoping to lose her in the reflective face. Oh, nice. Here we have a hatch. Stare at the bottom of the opening as a metal door, locked securely in place, so you cannot go in there. Take the torch. Here you have mirrors. Let's look. You see a warped reflection of yourselves in the mirror, nothing that you could look, nothing like you started this adventure. Same thing. Same thing. Catch some movement behind your reflection. You jump back in surprise before looking around in the room. A fate warping effect moves across its surface. So, go through. Remember the hammer? Use it. You take a mighty swing with a hammer. A good section of the mirror shatters, revealing a mallet underneath. These are the mirrors. They don't break. Okay. You rear back and strike the mirror with a hammer. The glass falls away from the frame, revealing a door behind it. And we cannot go. So, let's backtrack. All the way to this. Remember this hatch? Use the spell. You focus the wheel on the stone hatch, whispering the words of a spell. A strange power flows out of you, enveloping the stone hatch. After a moment, the stone lids open. So we have an invocation spell and an opening spell. Let's go. You lean in close, anxious to look inside the open hatch. This stone mechanism harbors a strange mechanism, one comprised of levers, rods, and gears. So this is a puzzle. If I remember, we use the gear here. Yes, with some effort we force the gear into its slot. This puzzle. Pull the lever down. There's a switch here. Let's see. The mechanism glows, vibrates, and begins to move. You can hear the sound of rushing water deep within the castle. Here comes to life and says, "Well, that sounded encouraging, hey boy. You should probably go see what just did." Okay. Let's go forth and go through this. The damp forces yourself through the narrow opening into the darkness beyond. A figure moving with open black net guard. He doesn't seem to pose any risk to you. For now. Okay. So, you have some skulls here and an arrow. Let's look at arrow. The fletching on his arrow looks a bit tattered, but its silver arrow tips looks like to be in good condition. So, let's take it. It's a silver tip. It'll be useful. Let's go forth. You stand at the edge of a lava-filled chasm. Impossible as it seemed, the faint, terrified screams of some unfortunate soul echo within steps. So we have two bridges here. Let's look at... The rickety bridge is held together with nothing but fray rope and rotten wood planks, as if it were warning. A mountain skull stand guard in front of it. That doesn't seem safe. Judging by the workmanship, this stone bridge seems quite sturdy. And we have this. This metal brazier has a wide bowl mounted on a tripod. The legs look like a series of inverted hooks poorly welded together. And we can hit it. You strike the brazier a mighty blow from your fist. The metal bow separates from a clang with a clang and falls into the charms, leaving the metal leg. Let's look. The leg of the brazier formed a kind of iron hook. Okay, let's take it. And let's go through this. A dense fog greets you as the stone passage opens in a small chamber. The temperature plummets as the creature materializes in front of you. It flinches from the light of your torch. This means he is afraid of our torch, so let's use our torch. With a cry, you swing the lit torch at the wraith. The ethereal being is instantly enveloped in a bright flash of flame. Its tortured moan hanging in the air as it vanished. So let's take the torch. Here's a pumpkin. Let's take it. This, the room. There's a filament attached to the wall, glowing with power. Truly, this must have belonged to one of the wizards of the circle. That's the runes that you're talking about. If you're trying to get it, you pull with it all your might, but the rune will not budge an inch from the wall. Perhaps it's enchantment enchanted in some way. Let's open the door. I think there's nothing else to see. Yeah. Let's go forth. Whether it be a sewer or a reservoir system for the castle, mildew and moss speckled the stones within this chamber. Jesus. So we have a hatch here. Let's open it. Let's see. This opening is some 5 or 6 hands wide. This is the hatch that leads to the mirror's room. It's a shortcut, okay? Scroll, let's open it and take a look. As you read the scroll, one particular word stands out of your rest. In traits, in your mind, you see a glyph glowing with power. As you write down the strange mark in your spellbook, the scroll crumbles in your hands. You have learned a spell. So, let's see. Restrain your muscles pulling on the grate. It will simply not budge. This won't budge. This has a lock. Tongue on iron bars. The grate resists at first, but then it opens, providing access to the chamber beyond. So let's go. Peering to the darkness, you drop down in the muck and crawl through the tight opening. This stone den is the damp and smells of copse and green foliage. As if a mirage, the far side of the cave shimmers and power emanates from a standing stone obelisk. Stone obelisk is nearly 10 hands high, embellished with some strange glyph and 3 deep notches. It hums with an ancient power that assures you it can be powered by a simple magical invocation. So that means we can use our spell invocation. Focus your will on the stone obelisk. With a whispered word, your spell is unleashed. A strange apparition calls from within the obelisk, the ghostly figure of an old man cloaked in a shimmering veil.
You have done well, simple soldier. Now, listen if you have ears, since the shadows grow long and time fleet. Some 40 years past, an evil, the likes the world has not beheld, escaped its prison. Talimar, the Black, he of whom I have already spoken. This warlock lord brought forth his dark magics and conjurations, and unleashed his foul vassals, desecrating these sacred halls. Talimar has laid waste to the combined power of man. And what of the Circle of 12, the great wizards? They are no more. I am the last. Pity me not, boy. We were resolute in our judgment, but erred greatly. 'Twould have been better to put our brother to death, but mercy and folly prevailed. I know not Talimar's full plans, but have discovered enough to fill my heart with fear. And yet, hope remains, and it stands or falters with you. Fare thee well.
Like mirror, the timeless vanish, leaving behind the scroll a glowing orb and the words "Fare thee well." So let's open the scroll. Let's read it. You read the words on the scroll aloud. 5 to find. 3 are 1. 1 give access to the bladed sun. The silver orb to vanish below. The staff ages to vanish the foe. Joining 2, the golden thorn. The last to invoke the platinum horde. So this is a hint of what we have to gather to fight a wizard, maybe? Let's grab this, because these are hints, and look at the orb. The clear orb has a silver sheen about it. It's relatively light and provides with a dormant and spectrum power. This is the orb to catch the elements, so let's take it. I think that's all. We have the items. Okay. That's it. So guys, remember to save. Okay. We will continue in the next episode. I will try to do this 30 minutes, maybe around that. Okay. So I hope you like it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Okay. Bye-bye.